Hi there, this is Jeff, and today I'm showing you one of the projects that I've been doing for Halloween this year. This, of course, can be used for any holiday or occasion that you want to use something like this for. Before I get started, don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to continue seeing this kind of content and don't want to miss any videos. And now let's get right to it. So basically, all this is a small treat bag, and I got these at Michael's. They were, I think, $3 for a bag of 50. They are about 3 inches across and 4 inches long, and I just filled it with some mellow cream, pumpkins, and some candy corn, and then I stapled a little tag at the top. Now, since I did this by mounting a little design on it on top of black cardstock, it's a little bit longer than it probably needs to be or can be. If you're using a light cardstock, white cardstock, or a light orange cardstock, you could probably get away without using this part. You just stamp on it directly. So let me show you the first couple of things that you're going to need to do. Now this is a piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And what you're going to do is you're going to cut it this way. And you don't need to cut it this way, but you're going to need to measure it out to about 3.5 inches, which is right about here. It's always a good day when you get a clean cut. And then you just fold it over, just like that. And there we go. Now, if this is too long, you can always, of course, shorten it up a bit, which I might do. And then you also will want some sort of stamped or drawn greeting. Now, I did this using a stamp set on a stamp platform. Now, if you don't have a stamp platform, that's fine. Just make sure that you are picking stamps that you like. And if you're using something like a wood stamp like this that has a greeting on it, the best advice I can give you on that, if you don't want to have to use a stamp positioner, is when you stamp it, to put it on an angle like that. Because if it's angled, then nobody can tell if you didn't get it exactly where you wanted it, and you don't have to worry too much about getting it positioned exactly where you want it. So you stamp it, you can color it. I stamped on chrome coat this time. Why chrome coat? Because I had a whole bunch of it and I wanted to use some of it up. Normally I don't use chrome coat because I tend to work more with colored pencil than with ink. So since chrome coat you can really only color on with ink pens, and it doesn't take a Copic very well. And if you're using another kind of water-based ink, such as a a Tombow marker or a Marvy Le Plume marker, you're going to get these weird kind of shady lines and things. That's just the way it is. However, saying that, what I can tell you is that when you're looking at the finished product and the person is looking, they're going to be looking more at the candy than they're going to be looking at the top. They're not going to be going, oh, look, you just didn't get all the lines straight. You know, it's not going to happen. So while you will know everything wrong with it, the people who receive it will not. Trust me on this. I've been doing this a while. And I don't know if you can see this, but on the side of the ghost, I just put a little bit of gray ink to give it a bit of shade. That's it. And, you know, fairly simple. You can do whatever you want with it. And then, now this part needs to be 3 inches across. I haven't cut this one down yet, so let me go ahead and do that. Oops, there we go. Now, if you're using a Fiskars like I am here, sometimes I've noticed that this, if you don't press down on it, like if you just sort of lazily go back and forth, depending on the thickness of the cardstock, you could end up with some deckling or some little flyaway bits that are still adhering to the cardstock. If that's the look you're going for, great. If not, make sure you press down with even pressure. Okay. Now, you get your bag of, your treat bag out, one of these. You fill it with candy. I still have some Mallow Cream pumpkins. And then you just stick this down like that. Cut off any excess here that you don't need. And then, actually what you could probably do, come to think of it, you could, I think, this would actually look better if I cut this in half. So you don't get, that way you could get two even pieces. There we go. That's better. See, even I have to come up with changes on the fly. All right. So fold this over like so. Again, get it as straight as you want it. As I routinely say, just keep going until you don't hate it. There we go. Oh yeah, that's much better. All right. So then you just mount the sucker on there like that. And then once you have your candy in your bag, you just slide it in here and you staple it shut. Now, why staple instead of glue? Well, first off, because of the bag that you're using, if you just put like a runner or glue here, when you pick this up, it'll gap because this section here in the middle, the opening, will be able to open freely. So it'll be like this side will be kind of look, you'll end up with a card that looks something like that. Maybe not quite that bad, but you know, it'll be bowed out like that, and it won't be sealed completely shut. So that's why I say to use a staple. I've done this with glue, but what I've had to do is actually cut a strip of plastic off of one side. Pain in the butt, I don't recommend it. It just takes too long. Just go ahead and cut it on down and use a stapler. And when you're done, you will end up with these little bags. And I think these are some peanut M&Ms. Now this one I lined the edges of, so you can see how that also can add a little something if you put some extra color on it. And then you can either hand those out as trick-or-treat bags, you can give them to people as gifts, or put them in a little basket. I plan on doing something similar for Christmas, using red and green cardstock and some Christmas stuff. That's what I do for fun on the holidays. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like it, please give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe and leave me a comment below if you have any suggestions or if there's anything you'd like to see. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.